This is my second PCX that I bought since we moved into the condo. So shortly after getting the new bike, I made a few modifications to it. One was I put on a phone holder, and the second thing was I put a hook on, because quite often when I go out, I'm carrying either laundry or groceries, so I just dangle my groceries either side, and it's really easy. And I have room in here for my helmet and a lot of groceries as well. But more importantly, twice a week I'm carrying my laundry bag, and the laundry bag is quite a big kit bag, and I used to squeeze it down in there, but it wasn't that comfortable to ride, so I decided to put a rack on the bike. And I looked in Lazada, found the rack I wanted. It's a really good rack. It's solid aluminum, very sturdy. And I had to find out, how do I install this? So I knew there was a panel back on here, but it didn't snap off like my old one did. So I opened up YouTube, and there were about 50 different YouTubes, but I picked the one that I wanted to view, and showed me quite easily. You just snap off this piece of molding, and then once it's off, there are screws. There's a screw down here when you open the trunk, and then you take it off and you have to unscrew the fiberglass panel. So I thought, well, that's easy. And then below that panel, there are 4 mounting threaded holes to bolt down into. So I put it on the way the video showed, but after I got it on, I didn't like the looks of it, because that panel that you see here, you leave off. So now you've got a finished look, but this whole section under here is all unfinished. You can see the wires down there, there's holes, the tail light. So I didn't like the looks of that at all. So I went back up and I looked at YouTube, and I looked at about 10 or 15 different YouTubes, hoping that I could find one where they showed how to fasten it with the panel in place, but there wasn't any. And so I came back down, I took it all off, and I looked at it. I got the panel out of storage, and I could see the challenging part was to transpose the holes from below up on top of the panel. So what I did was I took 4 pieces of string, and I have some still shots that I can show, and I made a grid showing where the bolt holes were, and then I put the panel on and slid it under my rope, so my grid would show me the center point of the 4 holes. And then I drilled the holes in the panel, and then was able to bolt the rack onto the frame through the panel. And just to give it a little finished look, I got a piece of inner tube, and I cut 4 little gaskets or extrusion plates, and I put them on just so it gave it a more finished look. So anyway, I know there's 50-some videos out there, but if you want one that looks like a more finished approach, you can take a look at this. But you will have to go back and look at some of the others, because I'm not going to walk you through taking off the moldings to get it. Okay, so that's all I have to say about the rack. Very sturdy rack. Matter of fact, in Thailand, a lot of people sit 3, 4, 5 people on a bike this size. This can act as a seat, but I haven't had to use it for that yet.